Record. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our product training on the Mannatech products. And this is going to be on the core products, the flagship products, the thing that makes everything work in Mannatech, which is our glyconutrient discovery. And we have on the line with us Carrie Salee, who is going to be really giving us a good in-depth training on the products and on glyconutrients. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Carrie Salee is a medical speech language pathologist. She has practiced in her field for over 25 years, primarily in hospitals and nursing homes. Carrie earned a Master's of Science degree in Speech Language Pathology from the University of South Carolina in Columbia and went on to complete postgraduate residency at Duke University Medical Center in Organic Speech, Swallowing, and Voice Disorders. Carrie was instrumental in initiating medical speech language pathology and swallow studies in her city in Fort Smith, Arkansas. She is the director of speech language pathology at Sparks Regional Medical Center, and she initiated and was director of the West Arkansas Cleft Lip and Palate team. Carrie also has a deep interest in nutrition and integrative medicine and completed certified courses through ProEvity, becoming a nutrition wellness consultant and integrative wellness representative. Carrie has been an associate with Mannatech for 13 years. She is just about gold executive director, and she's been a product trainer for Mannatech and served on the product marketing committee for new products at Mannatech. Her primary interest and passion today, and since being introduced to Mannatech, has been the remarkable and unprecedented changes she's witnessed in the health of the people that she shares Mannatech's real food technologies with, no matter the level of their health challenge. She continues to shout to the world that there is hope. So welcome, Carrie, to our webinar this morning, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And again, thank you for inviting me to share in this opportunity to do product training. It is my passion. The products are actually why I continue with Mannatech, why I chose Mannatech, because of the incredible, phenomenal, unprecedented changes that I saw in people's health when I shared these products with people. And with my first testimonies and first engagement with Mannatech, and I guess I'll start there, why I even started with Mannatech. And that was years ago when my mother was not doing well. She was sick most of the year, and she would get very bad upper respiratory infections and just chronic issues, turning into pneumonia and lots of antibiotics. And we were desperately seeking something. We prefer the body to heal itself and to work these things out versus pharmaceuticals if at all possible. Of course, she did have to take a lot of antibiotics, but she would end up coming home from work and just going straight to bed, no energy to do really anything. We spent a lot of money going to alternative medicine clinics around the country, changing diet, things like this, and to no avail. Then she met a friend that she had known for a long time in a parking lot, and the lady said, I believe I have something that could help you. And so she said, I'll try anything. And so she started it. I didn't know it. And her first meeting with Mannatech actually was at a UAMS, which is our University Medical Center in Little Rock, Arkansas. And she went to this meeting and learned about this and then started the product. About 3 or 4 weeks later, she called me and she said, Carrie, we found it. She said, I can't believe how good I feel. And she said, the lady told me that I would have a sense of well-being. And she said, I do. I feel wonderful. And she said, I went to my doctor and he said, continue what you're doing because your blood work has never looked more normal. She said, I will never stop this product. Well, that got my attention. as a healthcare professional. And then I went to my very first meeting after looking into this with her, and I dove right in. I said, "What is this stuff? How could this make such a difference?" And so my very first meeting, I actually left work one day from the hospital to go over to hear a medical lecture in a room full of licensed medical professionals. There were neurosurgeons, pediatricians, ophthalmologists. Excuse my cat. Distracting me. But anyway, the room was full of microbiologists and other specialists, and they were holding up a tub of Ambrotose and lecturing on this product. And what I was hearing about it and what I was seeing from the science world really perked my interest. And then I started hearing some very incredible life-changing testimonies that weekend at a meeting that I went to. So I started studying glyconutrients and went to classes that medical professionals could go to earn continuing ed credits. And I was in the room with pharmacists and dietitians and doctors and just all kinds of healthcare professionals. So after seeing what I saw, and that is not possible according to what I had been doing before in the healthcare industry, it was difficult to believe, but I was seeing it with my own eyes and witnessing it in my own family, in my own health, and then also in the health of other people that I was helping take care of and helping to share these products with them. So that is our beginning, and it's very powerful. My family continues to experience incredible health. A testimony about my father. He's 89 years old. He still plays golf, and he plays very good golf. He actually parred last Thursday and a couple of birdies, and then came and ate lunch, and then we went to the doctor, and they were wondering, well, why were we there? Because everything was normal, and he was doing great, and they said that he was doing better than a lot of 40-year-olds that they see. And we said, well, we know. And so then after that, he came home, we had supper, and then we all went to the movie at 7 o'clock that night. Talk about energy for an 89-year-old, and he has excellent health. So we continue to experience phenomenal health in our whole family. I have testimonies I could spend hours on. So that is my passion, and that's why I share it. I'm as passionate as I was when I began, because the testimonies I see blow my mind. You just don't see this working in the hospital. I'm a communication specialist, and I like to say that I've always studied communication, and now I'm studying and working with cell-to-cell communication. So I'm a communication specialist and help people actually have restored health instead of just rehabbed. You know, when you rehab a person, you can take them to a level of rehabilitation that hopefully will get them back to as much quality of life as possible. But with what we do with our cell-to-cell communication and real food technologies, we actually help the body get the tools it needs in order to restore itself back to as much of normal function as possible. And we know that that's how the body's designed. Before I get started, there's one more testimony I was asked to share again, so I'll go ahead and do that now. We're working with a person down in Louisiana who has a very severe immune system deficiency. He has been in and out of the hospital for the past month. The last time he was in the hospital was a week ago, Saturday. And he was in a vegetative state, and the nurses and doctors were preparing the wife for his death. He was clinically dying, according to all the healthcare professionals around him. And so they actually sent him home, and the wife's sisters are nurses, and they're preparing her for his death because they know, they work in hospice and worked at the hospital, and they know that he's clinically dying. He's not speaking, he's not moving, his eyes aren't open. He's vegetative. She said, I did not give up. She started praying loudly in his ear. And then she said, I remembered what you said, give him lots and lots of Ambrotose. So she went and got the tub of Ambrotose, and all that she could get in him was a teaspoon at a time. She put it right inside his mouth, and he would swallow it. So she would, every hour on the hour, pray loudly in his ear for healing, and then stick the Ambrotose in his mouth, and he would swallow it. Within 4 hours, he opened his eyes, and he started moving his arms, and he was trying to turn over in the bed. She kept that up, and they're still keeping that up, actually. But within days, a couple of days, or within 24 hours to 48 hours, he was actually able to begin to speak. He was moving his arms and legs, able to turn over in the bed, and actually sat up in a chair and ate a little bit of rice that his wife had prepared. So that is phenomenal. And now after a week, just 1 week, they're having a hard time keeping him in bed. He's talking, and he's talking about going to his daughter's prom. So what a tremendous story that we have to tell. We know that because Mannatech's products are real food, and the body is designed to function with real food, then the body recognizes when it receives real food, and these products are designed to go straight to cellular function, and they do. So that's exactly what this man needed. His immune system was practically dead. He was overrun with infection, and his body began to respond immediately because it got what it needed. I have a couple of more. We'll share those as we go, but I'm going to go ahead and get started on the PowerPoint and the training. So we're talking today about Mannatech's superior products, and today we're going to be talking about integrative health. And that is your first section over here on the left. I will say that I believe practically all of our products have Ambrotose in them in some form, glyconutrients in them. That's what, number one, sets us apart. You're not going to find any other company that has this, the Ambrotose and glyconutrients. And we're going to get into that. Part of also my testimony is that I've always had a huge interest in nutritional supplementation. I would go to the health food store, and I would buy the most expensive products that I could find, and I would read the magazines. I would take them home, and I would, read, oh, I need this for that, and I need this product for that. And the reason I'm choosing, and I've chosen Mannatech, is because of what I call the Mannatech difference. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the Mannatech difference. What is the Mannatech difference? Well, number one, we practice good manufacturing practices. Now, this has only been ushered in the last 10 to 15 years, where the government requires that any company who creates and develops or sells nutritional supplements, that they practice good manufacturing practices. Now, Mannatech was one of the first companies to actually usher in GMPs, and actually were used by the FDA in ushering in GMPs because they were already practicing GMPs. already written assays on the development of their real food technologies. Mannatech started and continues to be a science-based company. So we have medical doctors, we have glycobiologists, we have PhDs, we have these people who are on staff who are in our lab and with the Global Scientific Advisory Board. So we already know what we need to do in order to practice good manufacturing practices, and so we are the pioneering company in this. Several of our products, our core products, are NSF certified, and that's a very big deal. They are a third-party company that go in and evaluate products labels and products proving that what is stated about that product is actually true. So you definitely want NSF on your label. It's a little blue circle with NSF on it. So that stamped on our products gives a certain amount, gets a huge amount of trust, stating that what is in the bottle, what's on the label is in the bottle, how it's manufactured is true and pure, and that what the claims that is made about that product are true. So you definitely want NSF certification. The International Sports Karate Association has certified our products for as clean products for their association. We know that people who have run in the Olympics or who have been in the Olympics use our products because they're clean and they're real food, and they offer the body energy and what they're needed to support the body during major athletic workouts and events. We have an independent quality assurance department. That is a very expensive thing to run and to have, and we've always had a quality assurance department. And your vitamin sales companies and other companies that are just pushing a product do not have quality assurance departments. We have on-site inspections every year by the federal government and all the different agencies. We, I'm very proud to say, do clinical research on our products with third-party validation to prove efficacy of our products. Do they work? Well, we prove that. Not only do we prove that, but it's published in peer-reviewed journals. So these are the things that, to me, as a healthcare professional, opened my eyes to this company. Who is this company? We also have a product safety monitoring program, and that is extremely important because if someone has difficulty with the product, they can call our company, and we offer recommendations about how to get in contact with their doctor, and we make sure that they are safe on our products. So these are this is what sets us apart. Another thing that sets us apart is that we have a commitment to quality. Every product is thoroughly tested by 2 teams prior to release. This provides our customers the absolute finest quality possible using validated test methods. And we, of course, have not only used real food technology solutions in our products, but we have trademarked that term in all countries for which we sell products. No synthetics or man-made ingredients. Again, real food is what the body recognizes, not synthetics. Another reason that I chose Mannatech is that it's based on solid science. Mannatech spends millions of dollars on research and has its own state-of-the-art research laboratory. That's a picture of it you're seeing there. They have partnered with major universities and the Global Scientific Advisory Board to conduct and publish clinical trials using our products. That is going on right now, today. We won first and second place awards at Scripps Institute of Integrative Medicine in California for our science proving that our Ambrotose is absorbed in the gut through good bacteria. That all can be found on mannatechscience.org. We publish in peer-reviewed journals, and our research can be found on Medline and PubMed. So you can't, when people start arguing or offering hesitation about what I'm sharing, I just say you can't argue with science. I mean, it's there. It's proven. We know that our products work because we've proven it. And when you have something in a peer-reviewed journal, that means a group of peers of that particular journal, like say a nutrition journal that dietitians read and other healthcare professionals, other types of medical journals and science journals. Peers read the research that has been done, and they deem it worthy to put into a journal where other medical professionals will read those results. So to be in a peer-reviewed journal is what validates the research that we have done, that Mannatech has done. MannatechScience.org, I've mentioned that, is the place you want to send yourself if you're looking for product ingredients and information about our products, but also healthcare professionals. There's a section in there for healthcare professionals. And the tabs are what we look at with this website are products, our peer-reviewed publications, ingredients in the products, quality, resources, news, and our science board. So this is where you'll keep up with the research that's being done with Mannatech. This is stated on the front page of that website. Mannatech is devoted to testing that ensures product safety and benefits. Sound, solid, intelligent. Mannatech Incorporated has been a leader in the dietary supplement industry since 1994. Using science, we develop safe, natural, and innovative dietary supplements and skincare products. So I highly recommend that you use that website a lot with prospects, with associates who have joined you, with customers who have joined you, with healthcare professionals. Finally, what makes us the best? I've stated we are a science company, but the second thing I'm going to state is huge. This just doesn't happen. The average customer stays on our product 9+ years. There's never been a company, I don't think, that's had a product where there would be a run on the company if there was any reason that we would not be able to get our Ambrotose or our other products. You have results, your health improves, your quality of life improves, so why would you stop? The body's getting what it needs. We are the founders of glyconutrition. We have the best aloe available on the planet, and we are a solid foundation that is debt-free. Now, this is another reason that I chose Mannatech. When Mannatech was training us, and as they train us, their philosophy is on wellness, which is feeding the most basic human part of the body, the human cell. What we're used to in Western medicine primarily is that we treat symptoms first, and that's what we call the upside down man. How do we treat symptoms? Well, we usually hopefully have a change in diet, but we offer pharmaceuticals to help with a particular issue going on in the body. Now, I am not stating anything bad or wrong about pharmaceuticals necessarily, because they save people's lives. If you've got to have an antibiotic, you got to have it. If you've got to have your high blood pressure medicine to keep you from having a stroke or heart attack, you better take it. So it's not that, it's just that this is not how we want to live day to day. We would rather have improved quality of life and function of the body in how it's designed to do that, which is through nutrition. So the upside down man treats a symptom with a drug which will hopefully improve systems, organs, tissues, and cells. However, with Mannatech, what we like to do, what they like to do in the science department is feed the cell first the core nutritional tools that it is required to have, which will in turn give us healthy tissues, then healthy organs, turning to healthy systems, and then healthy bodies. So we believe the Mannatech philosophy of wellness is if we have healthy cells, we have healthy bodies. So based on this study of the human cell, Mannatech developed a system of core nutrient building blocks for the cell. Now, initially this was called the Optimal Health System. They developed a system of core nutritional tools that feed the human cell 5 basic tools of human cell structure and function. Today, it is called the Optimal Support Value Bundle, and I like to call it the most valuable wellness system on the market, bar none. I can say that with all confidence because of what I've seen and what I've witnessed, and I know you've seen and witnessed it too. Again, if you give the body real food and the core basic tools that a cell needs, then wellness begins to ensue. And another favorite saying of mine is, as you build wellness, you become less sick. So it doesn't happen overnight. These are not drugs. These do not cure, mitigate disease. These actually help the body function right. So if the body's functioning right, it will correct itself, and that's what we're looking for. So let's start with communication. These are the 5 core building blocks. So I want to call your attention to the word communication. The first thing that we need is cell-to-cell communication, and that is in our product Ambrotose, and we're going to talk about cell-to-cell communication a little bit more. This is the discovery of out of the science industry. We're talking about a new science called glycobiology, a new science as of about 25 years ago. The study of carbohydrate science, glycobiology, glycosciences, all initiated from Oxford, and came over to the United States in the mid to late 1990s. And studies and research just ramped up really in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Now it's just hundreds of thousands of papers and research by all medical major centers, all research centers, the NIH, the National Academy of Sciences. This is huge. Mayo, Johns Hopkins, MIT. These are all major research institutes who study glycobiology. So it is the discovery of 8 sugars, let's go forward, 8 saccharides that result in cell-to-cell communication. This coming from the Nature journal in 1995. Cell surface sugars are necessary for recognition and immune function. And then in capitalizing on carbohydrates, cell surface sugars are essential in the correct functioning of the body's immune defenses. So what are these 8 sugars? They're glycans. They're called glycans, and they create what's called glycoforms. They are glycoproteins and glycolipids. Glyco meaning sweet, and you can see at the bottom that of the slide here that this is a cell, and I'm running my cursor over the cell surface of this cell, and these little squiggly things coming up are proteins or lipids. These little tree looking like antenna on the top of each one of these proteins and lipids are the glycans. Now you'll notice that they are different shapes and sizes. We're going to see another picture here in a minute, but what does the cell say? Now this cell is latching on over here to this immune cell, and you can see that the top of this immune cell is full of these glycoproteins and glycolipids. Well, what does the cell say? Well, it says when they latch on, and I want everyone right now to take their hands and bring them together and latch on like you're shaking hands, like this. Okay, that feels good and that feels right. So suddenly, elbow to elbow, the elbows being the different cells that are latching on, they're suddenly talking to each other. And this is what happens. The cells latch on through these glycoproteins and glycolipids and begin to share biological information from cell to cell. Now, what's so remarkable to me about this is the fact that Harper's Biochemistry, on their chapter Glycoproteins, explains that there are over 200 plant saccharides in our kingdom, in our plant kingdom. What's phenomenal is that only 8 that we know of right now are responsible for carrying biological information from cell to cell. This happens in humans, plants, and animals. So this is letting the body know how to function right. We also know that we're only getting 2 of these very essential, important 8 sugars through our modern diet. This has been researched, and we do know that we're only getting 2 out of the 8 necessary sugars. So that's frightening when you think about it, because this communication system is how the body knows what to do and how to do it right. I look at it as little men on top of the cell with a megaphone, and the what's being communicated is, okay, you go over there and kill that cell over there, that's a bad cell, and then you go over there and, hey, quit attacking that cell over there, that's part of the body, or that cell needs more calcium, get that cell some vitamin A, get the toxins out of that cell over there. So it's repair me, restore me. It's how the body knows how to function right, normally. And if you have correct, right, functioning cells with excellent structure, and structure means that a heart cell knows that it's a heart cell and it stays a heart cell. A kidney cell knows that it's a kidney cell and it stays a kidney cell. So this is how the body knows how to function correctly. It sounds simple but profound. Now we know that with Ambrotose, developed in 1996, that what Mannatech did is they went out into the plant kingdom and found all the sugars, rich sources of these glycans. And not only did they find them and put them all in a bowl and stir them up and put them in capsules or a jug, that they actually realized that they have to be stabilized. And what that means is that we know that when you break open an aloe leaf, that mannose, which is the healing sugar from aloe, begins to be destroyed by an enzyme. So they've never been able to put aloe products efficiently or with efficacy because the aloe dies, the mannose dies over time. So the pharmacologist, toxicologist who created Ambrotose had to figure out how to keep that alive, and he did. He developed a way to stabilize the sugars, which means they're live. Every single time you open that jug of Ambrotose, you know that you're going to eat live sugars, which will mean that they will go in your body as live in the plant. So that's extremely important. It's the only way that this will work. Once he stabilized that, he realized that he needed to patent it, and hence the patents were issued in over 150 countries. Now we have over 50 patents on Ambrotose alone, and over 120 patents on our products in Mannatech. So there are the 8 sugars. I will name them: glucose, galactose, mannose, fucose, xylose, N-acetylglucosamine, N-acetylgalactosamine, and N-acetylneuramic acid. I'm going to get a little technical with you here, but actually there are more than 8 sugars in Ambrotose, because the last 3 right here, the N-acetyls right here, do not make it through digestion. So extra sugars, gum sugars, have been added that carry these sugars through the gut, and they become the N-acetyls in the upper intestines. So we know that we're getting the efficacious sugars through the digestion system into the upper gut, but 5 of these sugars are pre-digested. So I'm believing truly that that's why that testimony I shared with you, by just placing them in the mouth, they're pre-digested. You begin to benefit from them. This is another great way to explain the benefits of glyconutrients. How do cells communicate? Well, when you think about it, our alphabet has only a large line, a short line, a large curve, a small curve. Those 4 shapes make up our alphabet. Now think about how those simple 4 shapes create our alphabet, create words, and create millions and millions of messages every single minute of our lives worldwide. We communicate with only 4 shapes, major amounts of different types of communication. The same can be said about the 8 sugars. Only these 8 sugars create, it's only 8 is what I'm trying to share, extensive, uncountable, they can't even keep up with all the different sugar prints that can be made with the human cell. They're infinite. The communication capability of the human cell cannot even be counted. It's infinite, which is very different from DNA. DNA is considered finite. There's only, I believe, 4 receptor sites with DNA, if I'm not mistaken. There's like 9 receptor sites with these sugars, which means that they can make any combination at any time based on your own body's needs. So that's what blew my mind too when I was sitting in that medical meeting, and that microbiologist was holding up a tub of Ambrotose and showing a picture of cell-to-cell communication and saying that no doctor, no scientist can tell your body what to do with these sugars, that your body knows already what to do with them. And your body's different from my body and from person to person. So to me, it's very exciting to think that when we share Ambrotose, we don't know what's going to happen to that person. They don't know what's going to happen to that person. They don't know how much they're going to have to take. The mind doesn't know and the pocketbook doesn't know, but the body knows. So are you willing to take what you have to have in order for the body to make a change? That's the question. Are you willing to participate and cooperate with Ambrotose and experiment with Ambrotose? And that's the kinds of things that I share. And I try to exude a certain amount of passion and excitement, because it is exciting to think, what is my body capable of doing? What will happen first? What will happen second? What will happen third? I don't know. They don't know. But I do know that in all confidence, that when you take Ambrotose, that you will benefit, because it is real food. The body requires real food. The body requires cell-to-cell communication. These are live sugars, and your body will use them and benefit. I don't know how, but let's take it, and let's take it for at least 6 months, commit to it for 6 months, and let's start writing down the changes as they happen. Okay, I get a little passionate. This is another look at cellular miscommunication. Can you read these words? Just look at them for a minute. There's only one shape missing. Can you read that? I know I can't. So you've got two cells trying to talk to each other, and they're miscommunicating. What are they saying? So let's look at what they're trying to say. Cleanse me, see me, restore me, defend me, feed me, regulate me, get these toxins out of me, repair me. If you don't have cellular communication, you don't have proper functioning of the body. It's likened to a computer system. If you don't have Windows or Apple operating systems, you can't operate your computer. It's the same thing with the body. If you want optimal health and wellness, you have to have cellular communication. We know we're not getting it in our food, and the National Academy of Sciences has finally said that it requires nutrient availability to get these sugars. Now, the body can produce glycoproteins and glycolipids from the liver. However, that is a state of starvation. It is an emergency state. I think it's phenomenal how God created the body's ability to glycosylate, putting these sugars together with these proteins and lipids through the liver, because he knows that if we're not glycosylating, we would die. If you don't glycosylate, you die. There are diseases of glycosylation where people die. So when you add the sugars into the body, you have life. It's called sweet language of life. So very important that we get them in our food for proper cellular communication, cell structure, and function. There's no way we can keep up with major health challenges through the production in the liver. Here's a good look, a microscopic look of these sugars. They kind of look like sweet gum balls or hairy cotton balls that you also see in this what's called a bad cell. And can you see the difference in the look of that cell? I wonder what that cell is. I wonder if that's a cancer cell. I wonder if that's a virus. I wonder if that's a bacteria. You see those cells, cancer cells, viruses, bacteria, toxins, fungus, all have their own sugar receptors, and they're looking to bind to other sugars and invade. Dr. Murray calls it the competition of the sugars, where the sugars of the bad cell are looking to attach and invade the good cell. Well, you want your cells to be fully enriched with these glycoproteins, so much that you can't see the surface of those cells. You really can't, can you? So you want them to be so enriched, and the more enriched that they are with these glycoproteins and glycolipids, the more intelligent they are, so that they will latch onto a bad cell and go, uh-oh, you're bad, you die. Or they latch onto each other and say, hey, you're part of the body. How can I help you today? Well, quit attacking me. Very important to have cell-to-cell communication. We know that most people suffer from underactive immune systems or overactive immune systems. And if they don't have proper cell-to-cell communication, they will not have proper immune system function. Here's another great look at cell-to-cell communication. I like to call the black cell on the left a bad cell, and these cells are talking, and the good cell on the right is recognizing that's a bad cell. Very important. We must move on. I'm looking at the time. We have the most powerful aloe processing and ACE mannan from aloe on the planet. We can say with claims, according to the FDA, we have the right to say that based on research and science, you can make claims. According to the FDA, we can claim that when you take Ambrotose, you have improved brain function, memory, concentration, attentiveness, and mood, that we actually enhance the body's ability to respond to bacterial vaccines. That's been proven. That this supports cellular communication, that it supports digestive system function, decreases irritability. Why is aloe so important? because of ace mannan, because mannose, the sugar molecule mannose, is at the base of every single glycoform in the body. That is huge. Mannose is extremely important for immune system function, immune system modulation. We have the world's greatest potent aloe. And it is grown. We have exclusive rights to Costa Rica aloe, who give us this pure potent aloe. No other company can compare. We have the most highest amount of Daltons, which is a way that you measure the power and strength of the aloe. Most all of our competitors are at only 400,000 Daltons, and that can't even be actually called an efficacious amount of active ace mannan. We have 1 to 2 million Daltons of active ace mannan in our product called Mannapole. I want to share a little bit about the company that gives us Mannapole. It's grown in rich volcanic soil that provides unique nutrients not found anywhere else. The clean air of Costa Rica keeps the aloe pure and free from pollution. Exclusive extraction technology owned and used solely by Mannatech. There's a unique processing method to create a more stable amount of ace mannan. It's hand harvested, hand filleted to keep the aloe leaf intact. It's cold processed. It uses absolutely no heat, no enzymes, no charcoal, no additives, no preservatives. We have the highest quality and potency of ace mannan compared to any competition. This is in our product Mannapole, a very powerful, by the way, that testimony I shared with you, this woman is putting Mannapole in her husband's mouth and Ambrotose. We had her mixing the two. We needed a powerful combination to change this man's direction. And we see the power of prayer in his life and the power of immune system support, which is how the body's designed to get that support. So Mannapole is a very powerful ace mannan product. There's about 253 milligrams, if I'm not mistaken, 235 or 253 milligrams of Mannapole in Ambrotose complex and 95 milligrams in advanced Ambrotose. This is a great way for children to get Ambrotose. 4 gummy bears a day gives them 1 teaspoon of Ambrotose a day. We've seen great changes in children's health just with the Manna Bears. That also includes 11 dehydrated fruits and vegetables. We like to say, has your child eaten their kale today, their Brussels sprouts, their broccoli, papaya? All of these things are in the Manna Bears. Real food technology with cell-to-cell communication. All right. There's a constant attack. I'm going to move on to, I'm going to check let's see. Hang on. Sorry about that. Okay. We're moving on to the different, the next core nutrient that we talked about in cell structure and function. We've talked about communication, right? Cell-to-cell communication. I spent a lot of time on it, but I want you to understand the power of it. Now we're looking at protection. How does the cell protect itself? Is this a requirement for optimal health and wellness? Yes, this is a requirement. If you're a human being on the earth, and then you require antioxidants. You require protection and defense. If I like to say, if you're an alien from another planet, you probably don't require this. But if you're a human, it's part of the optimal health system, protection and defense. Mannatech has extremely powerful antioxidant in Ambrotose AO. It is tested in human blood. It was tested in human blood serum, not fluorescence. That's a huge difference. We know through research in the human body, in the human blood, that when you take only 2 of Ambrotose AO, that you have antioxidant protection for up to 2 days, and it's as if you are eating up to 5 extra fruits and vegetables per day. It is synergistic because Ambrotose was added to it. Mannatech This is also, our antioxidant is set apart because it protects both fat and water solubility. Most antioxidants are water soluble only. We are water and fat soluble antioxidants. I'm going to quickly go through these slides. That what Mannatech did to develop this antioxidant is, in the discovery phase of the development of this product, they went into different parts of the country where people live to be 100 or older. What is it that these people are eating? And that is exactly what they put in our product. I know of no other company that has done anything like this. So we have citrus, wine, grapes, and olive oil, green tea, and Australian bush plum. And I'm sorry, I don't know the story about why the two different green teas, but there must be two specific types of green tea. And by the way, we have the most active green tea on the market, bar none, for our antioxidant. Another reason this is set apart from any other antioxidant is that it's roller compacted. No air ever reaches this antioxidant. This is roller compacted to enter into the capsule. There's no flow agent. There's no filler. It's roller compacted with no air ever reaching it. Very powerful. Only takes 2 a day to give you 5 additional servings of fruits and vegetables. And when they tested it against 90 on the market, you can see that, oh, it quit, that 17,254 ORAC units of protection. ORAC means oxygen absorption capacity. And it's very important that you see the difference against 90 on the market that were tested, that ours soared above. So you're taking a very powerful antioxidant. Now we have to nourish the cell, which is our product called Phytomatrix. This is set apart because we are the company that has plant-sourced minerals, not minerals from rocks, ground up rocks. Our product is not synthetic. Most supplements, 95% of vitamins and minerals sold over the counter are made of coal tar petroleum and rocks. Phytomatrix is a real food technology. It offers support for heart health. It's plant-sourced vitamin and minerals for maximum absorption and digestion. It has a healthy support of energy B vitamins. And I like to ask people, which plant do you like to get your vitamins and minerals from? This plant over here or this plant? And that is so true. Is the body going to recognize these synthetics? Absolutely not. Is it harmful? Absolutely yes. Does the body have to spend time cleansing itself from petroleum and coal tar? Absolutely yes. So we know that we will get 100% absorption from our plant-sourced vitamins and minerals. This is just another look at the fact that minerals that are used in over-the-counter come from mining ores, byproducts of chemical processes, and they are not soluble. It's very important which plant that you choose to get your vitamins and minerals from. That's another look at that. It's a very inexpensive way to make synthetic vitamins and minerals. I don't understand how it's done, but there you go. So here is our Phytomatrix. This is the Indian mustard seed plant. It's put in purified water. Just think about that. We can control the purity of the water in which it's grown. This is known to be a hyper-accumulator of metals, this plant, so that the minerals are put into the water. The plant hyperaccumulates those minerals and sucks up those minerals into the plant, and we harvest the plant for the mineral. So I just think that's so cool. So there is just a huge difference. Now we have another vitamin and mineral that is an awesome vitamin and mineral that helps support other things in our body. This was developed by our dear Dr. Nugent, and he developed this not only for vitamins and minerals, but also to help provide for fat loss support, for healthy blood sugar levels, and other things like supporting bone and nervous system health. Helps maintain a normal, healthy metabolic rate, energy levels, digestion, immune system, nerves, kidneys, bones, teeth, gums, joints, skin, hair, and eyes. You will see the vitamins and minerals that are in this product, and this is loved by many, many Mannatechers. So, and we love this product too. I actually take Catalyst every day as well. So I take the packets and I take this as well. I like knowing that I'm helping to support healthy blood sugar levels and fat loss support. Okay, here's the third. We've talked about communication. You got to have it. Protection, antioxidants, you got to have it. It's a requirement by the human cell to stay healthy and function. Now we are talking about endocrine balance. What helps balance the endocrine system? All your glands, your thyroid, your thymus, your pituitary, your pancreas. What balances all those glands? What balances all your hormones? Well, we call this the happy pill. This is the pill that gives our system balance and regulation. And when you're balanced in all hormones and all glands, you have a happy body. You have a happy mood. You're mentally alert. Your temperature is normal. You have the hunger drives that you need, sex drive that you need, stress, help with stress and fat metabolism, sleep, energy, depression, metabolic rate. Extremely important for balance. We can say with the product plus that it supports breast, prostate, bone, and colon health, that it supports the health of the immune system function, nervous and cardiovascular systems, formulated to keep your endocrine system healthy, and are a source of plant sterols. Plant sterols help keep every hormone in your body regulated. This is vitally important for men and women. Vitally important because the American diet is grossly deficient in this. We only get about 2 milligrams of plant sterols in our food in the modern diet. And we need 75 to 80 milligrams a day. I have people who take this product just by itself and they love it. They can tell a difference when they take Plus. So again, you have to have endocrine balance. If you're a human being with red blood cells, you have to have endocrine balance. It's a requirement. Okay, these core products that we've talked about so far can be found in our Optimal Support Value Bundle. Why is it the most valuable wellness system on the market, bar none? Because it's only $189.99. 5 years ago, Mannatech put these two things, Ambrotose and these 3 other products together in a box of packets. We take 2 packets a day and our Ambrotose daily, twice a day. They put that in combination. It used to cost us around $250, $256 a month. It's now only $189.99. That's a huge value. But the most important value of it is that we know that if someone will cooperate and take these products daily, that they will see a change in their health. There's no question about it. Why? Because they're real food. Why? Because the body requires real food to function right. So we don't know what's going to happen first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, but we know that month 1 is different from month 4. Month 4 will be different from month 8. Month 8 will be different from a year. If they will, really I like to say, when do you not need nutrition? That's when you're dead. So you have to have it the rest of your life if you want optimal health and wellness. Okay, this is the 5th core nutrient. We have to have omega-3 fatty acids. We have to have essential fatty acids. If you're a human being on the planet designed by God your body has to have essential fatty acids. That's why they're called essential. You have to get them through your food. Your body does not produce it. The same thing with the vitamin and mineral. Your body doesn't produce it. That's why it's called essential vitamins. So this is our omega-3 vitamin with vitamin D3. We can make all of these claims because of the research that's been done, and this supports every function of your body. There's a fat membrane on every single cell in your body. It's for brain health, for heart health, for healthy triglyceride and cholesterol levels, for elimination, proper of elimination, for excellent control of inflammation in the body, for skin health. The wonderful thing about our product is that it's ultra pure. It's molecularly distilled. That makes it ultra pure. So you know that there's no contaminants from the fish, and you're getting ultra pure omega-3 fatty acid. You got to have it. It's a requirement. Our Nutriveris is a wonderful start product. It has our vitamins and minerals, our antioxidants, glyconutrients. It's got vine-ripened, organically grown fruits and vegetables, and stabilized rice bran. If someone can't or does not want to go in with the optimal support value bundle, and let's say that their finances won't allow that, this is an excellent starter. My mother actually takes this on top of her vitamins. She loves it for the extra food nutrition that you get from this very powerful powdered base powerhouse of a nutritional supplement. You can add this to a protein shake. You can add it to food right before you eat it. It's a great way to get nutrition into children. Sprinkle it over their tacos before they eat it, over their spaghetti if that's all they'll eat, over their pizza, whatever. Get it in their body. It's a great powerhouse. It offers antioxidants, brain health, cardiovascular system, digestion, maintains energy, vitamins and minerals, cell-to-cell communication. I like to add the GI Pro and the GI Zyme we're going to talk about. I like to add this into the required integrative health, even though Mannatech calls these targeted health products. But just think about it. If you don't have a healthy, functioning gut, you can't really have a healthy, functioning body. 70% of the immune system is in the gut. So located in the digestive tract. So that's why a healthy gut helps us absorb these nutrition. These nutrients are absorbed in the gut. They go through digestion, they go through the stomach, which is highly acidic, and they begin to absorb into our body through the gut, the upper intestines. So this is all about the good guys versus the bad guys. You've got to have good bacteria to fight the bad bacteria. Extremely important, because there's only a thin lining of skin that separates the gut and the colon from the blood system. So it's the bacteria that protects that healthy lining of the gut. The good guys fight the bad guys and keep the gut moving like it's supposed to, fights against all kinds of bacterial infections and all types of things. You've got to have a happy, good bacteria gut. This promotes natural immune function. Now, our GI Pro has 1.5 billion 15 billion organisms of good bacteria that is designed and engineered to work with Ambrotose. We have pre and probiotic in GI Pro. A prebiotic feeds a probiotic. So you have to have the pre, and that works directly with Ambrotose. And it's a very powerful system of two products that help the gut return to normal function, or to function normally every day. It also helps with healthy digestion. Now, do you know someone who's constantly having digestion problems? We know this to be excessive belching, excessive flatulence, heartburn, all these things that people, I mean, there's a huge market for this out there. Well, we have what's called GI-zyme. It's a digestive enzyme. Now, what I love about this digestive enzyme is that it is actually enzymes that begin, your body actually starts creating enzymes as you put food in your mouth, and then you're chewing the food, and as you chew the food, you're developing these enzymes that help begin immediately breaking down this food so that it can be digested through our body. We swallow the food into our stomach, which is truly highly acidic, the most acidic. Then it goes into the, you want that stomach to empty well. You don't want that food to just sit there and become putrid in the stomach. So emptying of the stomach is extremely important, and digestive enzymes help with emptying the stomach. Then it goes into the upper intestines. Now, what happens with our GI-zyme is that it was created to give us enzyme functioning at all the ranges of pH activity, starting in the mouth, the stomach, into the upper intestines, which are all highly acidic, clear down to total elimination. And by the time it reaches elimination, it is a very alkaline pH level. Well, we have digestive enzymes in this GI-zyme that feeds the gut every part of digestion, from highly acidic all through the colon, the upper colon, the lower colon, clear to elimination, so that we will properly digest and break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So I take this every day. I take GI Pro to keep my gut functioning healthfully. And here is another great product that's an old timer from Mannatech. People love MannaCleanse because it has also oils in it, essential fatty acids. I will say that if you're working with someone who has inflammatory bowel, and that can be in many forms, this is a wonderful product because it's soothing to the gut. When you have someone who has inflammatory bowel, I wouldn't give them the combo pack. I would start with Ambrotose Complex. I would start with GI Pro. I would start with MannaCleanse. I wouldn't even add GI-zyme at this point. People who have inflammatory bowels, they're in pain, they're bloated, they're gaseous, they can't eat, they might suddenly have to go to the bathroom right after they eat. It's miserable. Well, we can make them very happy very quickly. Gut cells die off every 3 days and are regenerated every 3 days. We see pretty quick results when we can calm down that gut. I give them omega-3 fatty acids to help calm down the inflammatories. So, Ambrotose Complex, GI Pro Balance, omega-3 fatty acids, MannaCleanse. Those are the 4 biggies that I would consider first. Then after about a month to a month and a half to 2 months, after everything's kind of calming down, they can eat better, symptoms are improving, you can add your combo pack. You can add the other nutrients because really they're not digesting good phytonutrients anyway. It can actually cause gas if they're not digesting it. It's not pleasant. So that's another wonderful product. It has things like ginger root, rosemary, peppermint, oat bran, psyllium, plant cellulose, fatty acids, good flora in this product. So, hey, I did pretty good. It's 10 after 12, so we didn't go too far over, and I don't know if we've got time to take questions. Wendy, whatever you think.
Well, Carrie, that was awesome. What great information, and I love all of that. What I'd like to do is cut that into pieces so we can put little pieces up on the web on the different products. But that was excellent. Thank you so much for that. Is there anyone with a question for Carrie? I know we've gone over an hour, but this is really good. And while we've got her on the line, if there's someone with a question, would you please just put it in the chat box for us?
And while they're putting their questions up there, let me share that other very powerful testimony. Another lady we're helping in South Arkansas, she has severe pain in her joints all over her body, and she's had for years. And we started her just with Ambrotose, and within weeks, she stated that she was able to actually grab a doorknob and open a doorknob again and not have pain, and not have pain in her joints, in her body, and her energy level was better. And she said, well, I was able to drive all the way to Fayetteville, Arkansas and shop all day long with my daughter. I hadn't been able to have that kind of energy with no pain for years. So she is a firm believer in our product. She had a spot on her lungs, and she also has lung issues going on, very severe lung issues. And she was going to go have a biopsy. And she had had one CT scan, and it showed the thing that needed to be biopsied. And then after 6 weeks or so on Ambrotose, she went back to the surgeon to have a second CT scan to see where exactly that surgeon needed a biopsy. Well, she was laying on the table, and he kept running the machine up and down her body, and she thought, well, surely he sees that. And so after it was over, she sat up and he said, well, do you want the good news first or the bad news? And she said, well, I'll take the good news first. And he said, well, there's nothing there to biopsy. There's no mass. And he said, the bad news is that you had to drive all this difference for this CT scan. So she is a firm believer in Ambrotose, maybe only 2 months now on Ambrotose. Very powerful what you've got your hands on and how to help people.
Well, that's great, Carrie. Thank you so much for sharing those stories. Those are so encouraging, and we know we could go on all day with telling stories. But I think the question I've got here is, are we going to make this into a DVD? And we'll work on doing that. And I'm glad you guys all love this training. We hope that we'll be able to get more trainings from Carrie like this. Carrie, thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you to all of you for being on the line with us this morning. And we will see you on our next webinar. Actually, tomorrow night we have a business opportunity webinar. So now that you know how tremendous these products are, I know there's lots of people that you're thinking of, you want to share this with, and those that you want to also encourage to be part of your business. So thanks a lot, and thanks to Carrie again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.